हेलो दोस्तों, दिस इज भारत कुमार एंड यू आर वाचिंग माय चैनल निर्मल इन्फो अपडेट्स।
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
India on Thursday said it has strongly protested with Pakistan against the construction of the Diamond Bhasha dam in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and condemned Islamabad's continuous attempts to bring about material changes in Indian territories under its illegal occupation. India's strong protest came after Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan on Wednesday kicked off construction work at the Diamond Bhasha dam in Gilgit Baltistan, notwithstanding New Delhi's objection to the China-backed mega-project. Asked about the development at a weekly briefing, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Enrique Srivastava said India had made its position on it clear earlier and it remains unchanged. The entire Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and the Union Territory of Ladakh have been, are, and will be an integral and inalienable part of India. We have strongly protested against the construction of this dam to the government of Pakistan, Mr. Srivastava said. This ban will lead to submergence of a large part of land of the Indian Union Territories of J&K and Ladakh, and we condemn the continuous attempts by Pakistan to bring about material changes in Indian territories under its illegal occupation, he said. India has also consistently conveyed its protest and shared concerns with both China and Pakistan on all such projects in the Indian territories under Pakistan's illegal occupation where it has no locus standi, MEA spokesperson said. The Pakistan government in May had signed a whopping Rs 442 billion contract with a joint venture of a Chinese state-run firm and the commercial arm of Pakistan's powerful military for the construction of the Diamond Bhasha dam. Asked about reports of Pakistan allowing Afghan goods to be exported via Quetta, Srivastava said it was another example of Pakistan's creation of a march of goodwill. Let us be clear on this, Pakistan is not allowing Afghan trucks to carry Afghan goods and is seeking monopolistic transport practices. It is not allowing Afghanistan to waive Transat rights as committed under Article 3 of the Afghanistan-Pakistan Transat Trade Agreement, also known as ETA, he said. So, Pakistan has been following a policy of creating captive markets by denying full transit access to Afghanistan by restricting products from India and other countries. It is failing to fulfill its own commitments under ETA, Mr. Srivastava said. Pakistan has even denied transit of humanitarian grant assistance, including aid from India, to Afghanistan, he said. With the India-China relationship under severe strain, competition is likely to replace cooperation between the two countries as India views China more as a foe and less as a friend. A change in India's position on both Tibet and Taiwan could serve as the way forward for India to exert pressure on China. Such solutions, rather than just acknowledgements of the shift in geostrategic affairs, were the focus of the webinar organized by the M.L. Sandhi Institute for Asia-Pacific Affairs. India's policy of dealing with China for 70 years failed, the experts agreed, and the need of the hour was to move beyond ambiguity whether at the LAC or in policy. India must find concrete ways to deal with China. One possibility that was discussed was to change India's stand on Tibet. Tibet is a core issue between India and China, said Lobsang Sengha, President Central Tibetan Administration. It was never aborted between India and China. It was always aborted between India and Tibet by referring it as the India-China border. India had ceded 2.5 million square kilometers and legitimized Chinese claim, he stressed. Now in declement Galwan Valley, what are you arguing about? 1 kilometer here, or 2 kilometer you have already conceded to. 5 million square kilometers of land. You must take it back. Say it is the Indo-Tibet border and that is disputed. You must make Tibet a core issue, he said. Taking a stronger stand on Tibet was part of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's agenda in the first term. Sengha was invited to his swearing-in. But, in Modi's second term, cooperation replaced competition, as Sengha put it. The Dalai Lama, too, had been used to play a game with China. It has been talked about awarding the Bharat Ratna to the Dalai Lama, Sengha said. The public sentiment was to give him the award. The only country that has not given him an award was India. It is a symbolic gesture if India is to give Bharat Ratna to Dalai Lama. It will be more popular internationally, he said. The Indian Army's recently announced emergency procurement of light air transportable tanks to augment its firepower in Himalayan regions like Ladakh was first moved in 2009. This happened soon after the country's military planners shifted their strategic focus from Pakistan to the security threat posed by China. Consequently, the Army had issued a Global Request for Information (RFI) for 200 wheeled and 100 tracked light tanks, weighing 22 tons each, which no doubt will now be dusted and recycled in an attempt to fast-track this long-proposed acquisition. The tank numbers, however, are expected to vary, senior Armored Corps officers told The Wire. The 2009 light tank RFI had required the modularly constructed platforms to be highly maneuverable with surveillance and communication capability to provide the tanks flexibility for multi-purpose operations. According to the Preliminary General Staff Qualitative Requirements (PGSQRS) formulated by the Army's Mechanized Forces Directorate at the time, both the 8 wheeled and tracked light tanks were to be 2.8 in high and 7.8 in long and needed to possess a low silhouette and amphibious capability. The PGSQRs further stated that they were required to be fitted with a 105 mm or 120 mm gun, capable of firing an assortment of projectiles. High ground clearance, defensive aid suites offering protection against laser, thermal and radar-guided munitions and nuclear, biological and chemical, NBC, protection completed the projected tank's specifications. In 2009 the light tanks were envisaged as part of the two mountain divisions that were then under raising, and have since been commissioned for deployment along the 3,488 km long disputed line of actual control, LAC, with China in the northeast and in Ladakh. They were also aimed at providing firepower to the proposed 90,270 strong 17 Mountain Strike Corps (MSC) to counter the People's Liberation Army (PLA) that has been shelved due to an enduring financial resource crunch.
Yeah.